Episode 415, The Role of AI in News, the 2026 Digital News Report.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
It's my favourite research of the year as it provides so much valuable insight into how we are consuming news and information. And I feel strongly that we should be using it to inform our communication strategies. But the question I'm answering today is, what role is AI playing in news consumption? All of this from the 2026 edition of the Digital News Report from Reuters and the University of Oxford. They surveyed 100,000 people in 46 countries. Hello and very welcome back to AI 6, the podcast that promises to keep you up to date with AI in just 6 minutes a day. Artificial intelligence is reshaping the news and media landscape, and this week's Digital News Report proves it. Just like social media gained dominance, AI surely will too, but there's a trust issue. Here's my takeaways from the report when just looking at AI and news specifically. Obviously, there's a whole other broad range of information and insights that you can glean from it. And for reference, this is the 15th edition of the study. When it comes to AI adoption rates, the use of AI chatbots like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google's Gemini, Anthropic's Claude, Microsoft's Copilot for news is growing quickly, with 10% of people globally now using them for news on a weekly basis. That's up from 7% last year. However, only 1% cite AI chatbots as their main source of news. There are regional variances also that are worth pointing out. AI growth is not universal. AI news consumption doubled in countries like South Korea at 14%, Greece at 12%, and Spain, but saw no increase in the USA, UK, France, and Germany. And the UK has the lowest usage at just 4%. In terms of user demographics, AI adoption is driven heavily by younger audiences, with 16 to 17% of those under the age of 35 using AI chatbots for news, compared to just 5% of those over 55. And then we have the power consumer. Users of AI chatbots for news are highly engaged, digitally sophisticated, power news consumers, according to the report. Around 38% of AI chatbot news users fall into the news lover segment, those with intense multi-platform news diets. I would definitely describe myself as a news lover and a power consumer. And then what are users' motivations when using AI chatbots? Well, it's the ability to ask follow-up questions for more in-depth explanations. Users also value AI for its speed at 39%, summarizing complicated stories at 36%, and compiling stories from different outlets at 35%, and 33% cite translating news as beneficial. But what about trust, verification, and the impact on web traffic? I've spoken at length on this podcast about answer engine optimization and suspected falling website traffic because of AI models. Globally, trust in news generated by AI chatbots is exceptionally low at just 20%, and that's compared to 37% trust in news overall. However, among people who actually use AI chatbots for news, trust jumps significantly to 44%. So there's a correlation in active users of AI chatbots and how much they trust them. So what about those click-through behaviours from AI models to websites? Well, in terms of the Google zero effect, the report notes that 42% of AI chatbot news users claim they always or they often click through to original sources. Interestingly, AI users are less likely to click on a link to get more detail, since the chatbot itself often provides enough. and are instead more motivated to click through to verify the story or to find out more about the source, indicating a healthy skepticism. The rollout of Google's AI overviews is already heavily impacting publishers. Global organic search traffic dropped by a third, 33% over the past year, and publishers expect it to almost half over the next 3 years. There's no doubt that AI is disrupting the media and the news landscape, and it's certainly one to watch. What we do know is that people who are producing news, like journalists and editors and reporters and presenters, are so important as they, as individuals, are sources of truth. So, what do you think about how AI is changing your habits? If you'd like to have a conversation with me on AI 6, then get in touch. That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategies, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organisation. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie. Or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know. And I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI 6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.